Alright, December is well on its way, so it's time to wrap up November. Also, a slight disclaimer, I am still not feeling 100%, so I have a bit of a cold and I've been sick all week, so hopefully you will bear with me through this video and through some of the upcoming videos, because I do need to wrap up everything before I end up leaving for my holiday. So I'm just gonna do my best and try and record all the videos that I still have to do. So if you hear a cracky voice, you know they will be recorded on the same day. So yeah.
You can't say you didn't see this coming. Finally got some inspiration right again.
So November, I feel like I don't need to do a lot of wrapping up of my writing during November, because I did a whole video on that where I basically explained why I wasn't able to reach Nano, and that kind of goes into the whole writing aspect of this month. So if you haven't watched that video, I will make sure I leave it linked in the cards and also down below for you to check out. That's kind of where I go into all of my writing, so I don't necessarily want to go into it as much in this video. As for the general author stuff and the time I spent on that, I actually haven't put it into my spreadsheet yet, but I checked my Forest app and I think I was well over 60 hours for this month, and I think that's a decent amount. I basically have around the same in October, so that kind of means I am still trying to find that balance a little bit, but also making sure that I don't spend too much time working towards all the author stuff and also taking enough time to actually enjoy the other things I want to do. I also ended up exchanging a sort of week with a friend on how much I've spent on certain things or what I was doing and what I got done, and I ended up kind of losing track a little bit towards the end of the week because it was a weekend and then I forgot to track it and I forgot to fill in my form and everything. I didn't actually track the full week, but during the week I kind of tracked, okay, I did this, I did that, I did such and such as I was working. So when I was doing my day job, I kind of wrote down, I fixed this issue, I did this, I replied to like this many emails or like stuff like that to kind of show, hey, even though I feel like, oh, I just worked, all of these things are things that I've done during the time that I was working. And I also wrote down if I did laundry or if I cooked for myself, if I was like watching something, if I was playing a video game, if I was doing any video editing, like stuff like that. I kind of wrote down everything that I was doing that week, and that's something I kind of want to take forward into December a little bit, to kind of write down the things that I have done instead of kind of writing down this is everything I need to do. I still really enjoy to-do lists, and I think I will still always use them because otherwise I will forget that I have to do certain things. But I kind of also want to focus on the things that I have done that might have not necessarily been on my to-do list, or things that I've just done in general, so that I can look back and be like, I have done all of these things without me feeling like, I feel like I haven't done anything today. Where with like looking back on the things that I did do kind of forces me to be like, oh, I did do a lot of things. Even if I don't necessarily feel like that, I have done quite a lot of things. So yeah, that's something that I definitely want to take with me in December. As for general life stuff in November, I think I outlined it a little bit in that I filmed Nano video, but also in general, I think a lot is just going on with me at the moment, with me getting sick again in December, but you know, me prepping for my trip, or plural trips, meaning I am trying to do my best to finish all the videos, me, you know, going back and forth on how many videos I'm actually going to be doing, me trying to pack for 2 trips at the same time, where some things have to come to both trips, so I'm really trying to figure out how all of that is going to work logistically and how I'm going to do all of this, and also me already putting stuff at my mom's for our trip that now I'm realizing I should have kept because I'm still going on another trip and I probably would have liked to bring certain things to that trip, but that's not happening. So it's a little bit of I don't necessarily know what's going on in my head anymore sometimes. And then I have Secret Santa for work, I have Secret Santa for Authortube, or you know, in general YouTube, because we're also including booktubers. So that is also happening, which I need to figure out a present for as well. And just kind of trying to do all the things is a lot. I still feel like I have so much more to do in December. And I only have really like 1 week left before I head out. So it's a lot, but I'm also trying to be okay and not worry too much. But I think that's kind of how November also went, me just being very chaotic in my brain of I need to do all of these things. And then on top of that, I was trying to add nano and that just wasn't working. So I'm trying to do my best to kind of still get everything done before I leave for my holiday. So I think that is become my priority for all the things that I want to do, and all the things that I'm doing is basically just prep for that. And then everything else just kind of falls to the side. So yeah, that is kind of what my life looks like at the moment. So not a lot of writing done, not a lot of reading done. I haven't read anything for quite some time now, but I'm just kind of accepting it. I've accepted the fact that I'm not going to be able to do all the things, and I'm just going to try and do the things that I want to make sure I do for sure. And then everything else is just, if I get to do that, that's great. But if I don't have time, that's fine. So that's kind of how I've been approaching November, and then also carrying it over into December now. If I look at my stats and my growth through social media and also YouTube, my socials have kind of stayed the same mostly in October and November, which I kind of expected anyway. There wasn't really a lot going on my socials. I didn't really post anything, which is why I kind of want to be better at that sometime next year. But for now, I've accepted it. I really don't care that they're not really growing at the moment. Like, obviously, you know, it's always nice to see growth in all aspects, but I know that one focus right now is all I can handle. So YouTube has been my focus, and, you know, that's kind of where I see the growth, and that's also where I'm expecting the growth, because that's where I put my energy in, and the other things are just kind of on the side. So my socials are always linked, by the way, so if you want to check out my other socials, feel free to. I'm currently not very active on them, but I will try and be more active in 2024. Then if we focus on YouTube specifically, I ended up making another spreadsheet, because we all know I love spreadsheets at this point, right? Right. So I made a spreadsheet for my growth on YouTube, and I know that the YouTube Studio actually, you know, gets to show you graphs and everything if you want to, but not for everything, I don't think. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I haven't played around with it enough, but I ended up just grabbing the data and filling that out into a spreadsheet so that I can make graphs out of those. Don't ask me, okay? Don't ask me why. I was like, oh, let me do this. And that's what I ended up doing that day. Don't ask. So basically, I ended up kind of outlining the subscribers, the views, the watch hours, the impressions, the click-through rate, and then also the average view duration. With the last one, I kind of feel like that is something that is a little bit harder to track, because it also depends on kind of my length of videos to kind of see, you know, if that is good or not good. If, for example, I have a 30-minute video and people only watch 1 minute of it, like, that's not awesome. But if I have a 10-minute video and people watch 8 minutes of that, then that is pretty good. So I'm trying to kind of see if maybe that's something that I stop tracking or not, but it kind of really depends on how much content I put out, like how long the content is, like stuff like that, to really see if the viewer duration really matters that much. For now, it's in the spreadsheet, so it's gonna be there. But essentially, this is kind of what my November looked like. So in November, I had 280 subscribers. I had a total of 924 views. Then I had 74 watch hours, which I think is really good. Like, I know I have peaks at certain points, but I think those were the Storyteller's Hearth weekend relays, I think, where I did a lot more streaming, so those count up to that. But in the November month, I didn't really do streams, I don't think. So yeah, I think that's pretty good if I can get that with my normal videos. Then if I look at the impressions, I got 29.7 thousand, which I think is pretty nice. If you look at like kind of my graph now, you can kind of see the, you know, ups and downs and the peaks and stuff. Then the click-through rate is 1.7, same as last month. And then the average view duration is up a little bit, so it's now at 4 minutes and 40 6 seconds, which again, I feel like really depends on also the length of my videos. I feel like a lot of videos have been shorter, but then I've also posted longer videos. So it really depends on like that in a sense. So it's, I don't know, it's an average, right? So yeah, do with that what you will, basically. So those are my YouTube stats, and then I already went over my socials, so let me think of what else. I sold another book in November to one of my colleagues. I think I mentioned that in some other clip, but yeah, that was technically November, so that happened. I'm trying to think if there was something else. So November kind of started off with me going to my mom's for a weekend because I had to get my car checked out and had to put winter tires on it for the, you know, winter season, even if I'm not necessarily going to be here the whole season. But it's nice to have that, especially with my upcoming trip away to Germany. So I definitely had to do that. As I was having my car checked, my car garage actually called me and said, hey, your brake is actually, you know, like, should be replaced. And I was like, what do you mean? So it was like one of those brake plates on your tire that was kind of, you know, running out. So I had that replaced as well, which obviously wasn't something I wanted necessarily to happen because that means extra costs, but it's for my own safety and for everyone else's safety when I'm on the road, so totally fine to replace that, but definitely not a cost I had expected with everything already happening. I wasn't really hoping for a lot of bills, but oh well. Then let me think. So November was a lot of me trying to figure out what I was doing, and in general just figuring a lot of things out, also internally and with my mental health and, you know, all of those things. So yeah, a lot of figuring things out basically in November. So not a lot of writing. I mean, I got like what, 12,000 words in for Nano, but yeah, not a lot of author work in that sense of getting something on the page or doing something that was book related, other than the words I did for Nano. But I think overall November was a really productive month. I did write, and I think that is something that I haven't done in so long that I should be really proud of what I did accomplish. And I created a lot of videos in November for the period I'm off, and I've been prepping a lot. I've been trying to deal with a lot of things at the same time, so I think I should be proud of November, and November was a good month. Even if I didn't reach necessarily all the goals that I wanted to, or I didn't get to do all the things I wanted to do, I think it's still a really good month for me. So I'm gonna be proud of my progress and proud of what I have accomplished. So yeah, that is my November. I hope that these videos are nice for you guys to watch and you actually enjoy watching them. I am considering scaling them down to quarterly videos in the new year. I will be doing another December/January wrap up once I'm back, but I think maybe after that I'll start doing them more quarterly, especially if I'm scaling down to one video a week. I kind of want to see what I can do about that and kind of not make, you know, every fourth video I do on my channel a wrap-up video. So these are probably going to be quarterly in the new year, and hopefully that is also going to help us reflect on a few months at the same time and kind of see, maybe, you know, readjust my goals if that needs to happen and stuff like that. So that is kind of what I'm thinking about for the new year. If you have anything that you want to share with me this month, then please let me know down in the comments. I always try and reply. I know that I'm not the fastest at replying at the moment with everything going on, and I'll probably be a little bit late with replying as well when I'm away, but I will be replying even if that's a couple days late, even if that's a week late. I do reply to all of my comments, so please leave some down below. And if there's anything for November that you want to share, if you have any wins, or if you have anything that you wish you would have done and you didn't get the chance to, be graceful to yourself. You did a lot this month, even if that doesn't show necessarily on the goals you had written down on paper. Completely fine. So with that being said, let's wrap up this video and hope you have an awesome December month and an awesome holiday period, whatever holiday you celebrate. And yeah, catch you guys with a new wrap up in the new year. for December and January. And obviously with more videos still to come on this channel. So I have 2 videos a week in December still, and then we're moving to 1 video a week in January. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure you like and subscribe down below if you want to stick around for my videos in the new year. And with that, I'm gonna leave you and hope to see you in my next videos. I still really enjoy, I feel like haven't done, I'm so like stuffed still. I hate it. Be grateful to yourself.